Wow, was it interesting to purchase this MGF and license it and drive it around Europe. Yes, it actually was very interesting. Started off when I purchased the car in Germany, and the guy spoke no English whatsoever. And so it was very tough. I was using a translation app, and fortunately he did have a friend that spoke English, so we kept calling her. But basically got the deal worked out, and I told him I would pick up the car sometime soon. I did not know if I was going to license and drive the Fiat Barchetta that I had purchased, or if I was going to license and drive this one. So the time came, and I got to Germany. I met up with him, and basically picked up the car, and I was able to get it licensed and insured on that same day, but it was not easy. I had to figure out the system. If you speak German, it's probably a lot easier. I've done a lot of research, so I know that it could be done at the local Department of Motor Works, whatever they call it in Germany, but it was tough. And basically what I did is I used an intermediary guy who is an expert in this, and he basically did all the paperwork for me. There was a few of those people, and this guy was great because he spoke English. So he knew what to do. He'd done it many times before. And I was able to go ahead and get this car licensed and insured and drive it out the same day. It was really amazing. I had rented an Opel SUV to get there from my flight. And then I was able to go ahead and just drive the rest of the journey in this car. Now, it's British, so if I was in traffic or anything like that, you know, around major cities in Europe, yeah, there's traffic. And certainly like Paris, this MGF can overheat if you are just sitting there doing nothing. I think it's pretty well engineered, but there was a couple problems with it, I think, maybe a couple leaks here and there, and maybe some air in the system. And basically, I was able to finally sort it out when I took it to a mechanic in France. And he said there was a minor leak or something, so I got that fixed. And after getting that problem squared away, well, it still would overheat if you really sat in traffic for a long time, but I was able to drive it to the Nürburgring, did 2 laps on the Nürburgring. That's one of the first places I went when I got the car license. It was amazing. Driving the Nürburgring is a bucket list item for anybody who loves cars. I highly recommend it. It was simply amazing. And this car handled it well. It was fun to drive, and it's quick too, well balanced, and the handling is quite good actually. In terms of luggage capacity, that was certainly all good. And in terms of just being a good car to commute around Europe in, well, stylish, it got a lot of looks, it got a lot of attention, and for that reason, when I went to Paris, I found a hotel that had a garage. So I kept it in the garage because I didn't want any trouble or any parts missing or anything like that. It does have an alarm on it, but yeah, I was just overly cautious with it in Paris. Now the story continues when I went and actually delivered it to the port for delivery back to America. Well then, I just kind of left it there. And I gave specific instructions with the alarm and how to deactivate it. I drove the car 4,000 kilometers. That's about 2,500 miles all over Europe. And all of a sudden they were having trouble with it. They had to replace the battery and things like that. And it was just honestly a nightmare, the storage company. But the company that handled it for me was shipoverseas.com. And they're a one-stop shop. So get in touch with shipoverseas.com. They did a great job of just really handling the whole importation process. They can actually provide logistics in foreign countries if you need them to. And that way, really, you've got nothing to worry about. All you do is you pay them, and it's a very fair price. Depends on the car and the weight and that sort of thing. A couple other factors too, of course, but I think shipoverseas.com was very fair. So they're a good one to call. They handle everything else. However, this storage company that was involved, they were kind of a nightmare, like I said. So they were, they said it wouldn't start, things like that. And it delayed the process greatly. It actually took me 7 months The other two I got using Ship Overseas, no problem. The Fiat 126 and the Fiat Barchetta, very smooth, very easy. And they even shipped my Fiat 126 Martini livery all the way from Italy up to the port where it was going. So they were very, very helpful and very knowledgeable. But yeah, little disaster with this company. Anyway, it ended up being affected by the whole Baltimore Key Bridge thing. It was supposed to be at that port right around the time that accident happened, and guess what? Yeah, they had to send it to New York. But it's okay. Ship Overseas got in touch with a truck, and they actually just delivered it right to me, saving me the hassle of going to the port and getting an escort and things like that, which I explained in the other video. So in this case, it was much easier just to get the car picked up by a truck and delivered right to where I live. Good job, shipoverseas.com. I'll put their information down in the description for you. In the end, licensing a car and driving it around Europe is a bucket list thing for me. It was amazing, actually. Driving this car to Paris, Brussels, Belgium, all around France. It was just really, really amazing. And I highly recommend it, honestly. It's very special. Driving on the Nürburgring, again, I can't recommend that enough. If you like sports cars, oh my God. Of course, you can rent a car there and things like that. But what an amazing experience to do that. And yes, companies that handle everything like shipoverseas.com make it really, really easy. But the whole experience was amazing. After importing 3 cars, well, I know the ins and outs now, and I just so appreciate having a car that was never sold in America, and just something rare to bring to car shows, something really stylish and fun to drive. So this MGF ticked all of those boxes, and wow, so glad I imported it. If you really, really want one of these cars, my Fiat 126 or this MGF or the Fiat Barchetta, let me know. And you want my Cadillac Elante too, that one's for sale. My Opel Ascona and my Jaguar. I bought the cheapest supercharged Jag, and my Jaguar X-Type is also for sale, my Wagon. Wow, such an amazing experience, licensing a car, driving it around Europe, and then delivering it home and having it to enjoy here in America. I hope you'll watch all my videos. Of course, my 2 laps on the Nürburgring, but I shot a lot of special videos in Europe. I have a whole series of videos of cars not sold in the US. Check that out. I have a playlist for that. And I also have videos on the Prince Rainier collection in Monaco. What a cool museum that was. Also, Auto World in Brussels, Belgium. Plus, I toured all the car factories. Mercedes, Porsche, and also Pagani, Ferrari, and Lamborghini. Check out those videos elsewhere on YouTube, and search my music videos, my disc golf videos, my literal video for Chris Isaac's Wicked Game, 2 documentaries, Real Poker and Real Reality, and just search any car in Drivin Ivan. Thanks for watching this video on how to import a car from Europe, how to license it there as well. And again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'm Drivin Ivan.